Entry month August. It is finally the next month of the year, where the seasons are starting to turn. The weather is moving back and forth from cold to warmth, or even both. But soon the cold will come very soon. After several days and several mouse catches later, Benjamin is finally healed and ready to go home. I made him stay another week this week to make sure his wing is fully healed and functioning. As night fell, it was time for Benjamin to go. Before he left, he turned to me and said, "Thank you. Thank you for your hospitality and your healing skills to help me recover these past couple of weeks." I said, "No problem." Then Benjamin said, "Once again, since you helped me, I will not report you, but just to let you know, you can't hide forever. You will be found, and you will be killed. It would be best that you leave immediately before someone tells, or your predator finds you. I'm just giving you advice, and I think you should take it and run as fast as you can." I shook my head, said, "I understand. I'll take your advice and think about it. I am perfectly fine where I'm at." Benjamin sighs and said, "As you wish, mortal." He then used his hands to open the door, and slowly shadows form around him, as was before. The shadows swerved and swerved until he transformed into a bat and vanished the shadows with his wings. He circles around the stairs and straight out of the doorway, and he closed it behind him. I guess you can say from that we are neighbors, or allies, at the meantime for now. As soon as he's gone, Edward and Jack stopped hunting mice, and I reward them with some goodies for their hard work. I also got rid of the mouse traps, since I won't be needing them for now. A couple of days has passed by and not much has happened until I get a knock on my window while I was sweeping my kitchen. I looked outside and it was Jack. I said, "Hi, Jack." Jack said, "Hello, hello, hello. May I come in pretty, please?" I opened the door to let him in, and in his hand was a dirty, torn-up grocery bag. Jack said, "Would you like to see what I found from these past few weeks, days, hours, minutes, seconds?" I said, "What you found?" Jack said, Yes. You see, on my amazing travels around this world, there are items, things, shinies, and so much more strange wares that I come across. So I started collecting these here things and showed them what I found. But alas, so very alas, no one, and I mean no one, wants to look at these here items that I found on my travels. Then it hit me. It very hit me that maybe you, yes you, would be interested. "Oh, please," said Yes. "Please, pretty please." He was on the floor begging in front of me at his request. Since I had nothing planned to do, I said, "Okay, show me what you found." Jack smiled, chirped, and said, Thank you. He puts the bag on the table and pours out all the items out of his bag. He picks up the first item and said, Now this item you see is a strange one. I see these odd things on people's heads. It covers their ears, and There's this strange, odd-looking rope attached to one on its end. The ends has this strange mossy type structure on here. When I saw them, I took it right off of a human's head, indeed, and flew away with it. I still don't know why humans wear these. Is it to cover their ears or something? What he was describing, if you don't figure out, was a pair of headphones. I told Jack those are called headphones. They're used to make people listen to their music on their devices. Look, I took the headphones and plugged them into my CD player. I placed the headphones on Jack's head and hit play. Then suddenly his feathers perk up and his beak open in amazement. Jack said, "Ah, I see. So this is used to listen to sounds on this strange-shaped box. Interesting." I said, "This box is called a CD player. It lets you listen to music on CDs." Jack said, "Interesting." I turned off the player and said, "What's next on your items you found?" Jack said, "Oh, yes. We go back to the table and picks up the next item. Jack said, Now, this item I show you is very odd. This item here has butterfly wings, but it has a human body. Now, I've seen fairies before, but they don't look like this indeed. It has strange fabric on its body and wings, and plus it won't move on its own. I saw this while flying way above the sky that was very cloudy indeed on that windy day. That's when I saw this thing flying into the air. I got scared at first when it appeared in my face. I then snatched it with my beak to stop it, and then I killed it. But it won't move, and it stopped on its own once I caught it. What he just described is that it's one of those air fairies that flies in the air when you spin it. I told him that's a toy that kids play. It goes on a spinner to make them fly. I had one, but it broke later on. Jack looks at it and back at me to say, "So this thing is a toy that the small mortals play with?" I said, "Yes." Jack said, "So it's not real?" I said, "No." Jack said, "So I didn't kill it, and I'm not a murderer?" I said, "No and no." Jack then sighs very loudly and was on his knees. "Ha! What a relief!" He got back up and grabbed the next item. Jack said, "Now, this item is very odd. This is a paper book showing mortals, but they don't have or somewhat have clothes on them. As you can see, I immediately knew what that was and closed the magazine." We both looked at each other with both of our hands on the magazine together. Jack said, "Why did you close this very book? Don't you... Yes, you want to see it?" I said, "No, I really don't. Can we skip this one, please?" Jack said, "Okay, suit your fairy self." I honestly don't want to know how he managed to get that magazine. Jack puts the magazine down and said, "As all the rest of my wares are rocks, some sticks, and acorns from different places." I looked at all of his items until I come across one item in particular. I picked up the item, and it was a necklace that had a blue circle, and in the middle was a blue eye. I said, "Where did you get this one from?" Jack looked at it and said, "Oh, that one? I found it in a river just a couple of flaps west from here, and went a couple of parks that way." I studied the eye in the center. "I feel like I've seen this before." "Hold on," I said. I walked into my library and Jack followed inside. I looked on the shelves until I found relics of symbols and signs. I flipped through the pages until I found what I was looking for. I said, "Aha! Found it. I knew I seen this before. It's called Nazar, aka Evil Eye." Jack said, "Ah, eye that's evil. Did someone see the evil and lose their eye?" I said, "I don't think so. It says this amulet can protect anyone that wears it. It can protect you from curses, wards of evil, negative energy, and brings you good luck. You can wear these as a necklace or a bracelet to protect you from harm." Interesting. I looked at Jack, who was sitting the opposite way on my chair. I said, "May I have this?" Jack said, "Ah, you want to have that in your possession. Well, like I tell everyone that I sees, if you want something that I have, we must have a trade indeed." I thought something like this would be at play. I said, "Okay, what do you want in this trade?" Jack thought and thought. Then he snapped his fingers. Jack said, "You sees, on my wondrous travels that I take, my pouch that I have all my wares is torn, dirty, and so very delicate. I would love to have a replacement for it. Something that's new, something that's strong, something that won't break easily, something that's clean and mind joggling to see one's eye. Yes, if you can find me a new pouch, I will trade you that amulet indeed." I said, "Okay, I'll get you a new bag in exchange for the amulet." Jack said, "Deals." We both shake hands in agreement. Jack packed his items and his pouch and left. When the sun rose the next day, I went into town and shopped in the antique store. I had a feeling I would find one here somewhere in the store, and sure enough, I found a perfect bag for a replacement. It's a pine green satchel made out of cotton. It has a flap to open inside, has a zipper to close it, and has many other pocket zipper for organization, plus the strap is adjustable. It was perfect. So I paid for the bag and returned home. I waited and waited for a few days until Jack arrived at the door. I opened it and Jack said, So, are you ready for the trade?" I said, "Yes, I am. I hope this bag will be a good replacement for you." I showed Jack the satchel that's on the table. Jack goes over to examine the bag. He squints his eyes to look at it all over and then wears the satchel, testing it out, see how it looks and moves around in it. Suddenly, Jack spread his wings open and close, hops in one place in delight, and said, "Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my! It's perfect! Absolutely perfect indeed! Oh, indeedy me! I love it indeed! I'll take it. Here is your amulet as promised." Jack hands me the amulet, and I looked at my reward. Jack was very happy to receive his new bag to carry his stuff in now. He thanks me and flews off into the night. As the days go by throughout the months of August, it began to get a little chilly. The more the days go by, I have not seen Edward at all this month. I hope he's doing okay, and I would like to see him soon. On the last day of August, I received a letter in the mail. I looked on the letter and it was decorated in stickers of hearts and flowers. I knew who sent me this letter. I opened the letter and it reads, Dear Roven, hey sibling of mine, how are you doing today? I hope the moving was great and nothing got broken, lol. Anyways, I'm doing fine. I'm staying at my friend's place for a while now. Do you know Samantha? She was the one at that party that she dressed as a goblin and danced silly on the table, having cups in her ears, and said, Awooga! A million times over. Yeah, I think you know her. Anyways, Samantha is letting me stay for a while at her place. As for Ricky and Ron, they're living in an apartment together as roommates. I went to their place and they honestly need to have that place a makeover because it looks horrible in there. But they both said that they're working on the place and that they both miss you so much. I wonder what your place looks like. Is it big? Does it have a fireplace? Is the view amazing? Does it have a stairway to another story? Oh, please tell me everything and the townspeople and so much more. I'm really sorry if I'm giving you so much questions, but this is your dream come true house, and I really want to know how you feel about everything so far. I really hope that we all get to see it someday. I just can't wait. I really do miss you so much, and I hope we all can see each other again someday. Lots of hugs and kisses from your favorite sibling, Rose. At the bottom shows a lot of hearts and butterflies and flower stickers. I was happy to hear back from my sister and that my brothers are doing good too. I knew eventually they would write to me soon. I'm so glad that they're all safe and sound, and it would be nice someday to have them all here for a visit soon. But for now, we must all settle down, get comfortable, and figure out a plan to meet each other soon. I'll write to Rose in the morning. In the meantime, I'll enjoy the sunrise and come back later from the sunset. I look back to the woods again and wonder again what really lies in the forest. So much mystery, undiscovered and unsolved at the same time. Maybe when I see Edward again, I should ask him if I'm ready to explore yet. Now, with both amulets that I have wearing, I think I am truly ready to venture the woods. But for now, I must wait patiently again for when my true adventure begins. End of August log.